Hi everybody, this is Pam with Jesusjunkjournals, and we are continuing on with the John journal, the book of John. And so today I think I'm going to work on some of these simple things, which is I'm going to cut these tags out and these tags out. And I'm going to do them back to back and glue them, so I'll end up with 5 tags, but you can do them separately and have 10 tags, however you want to do it. But I would double check and make sure they line up, because I have a feeling, I can't remember, it seems like they're specific to each other. Like this has to line up with that one, this with that one, and so on to fit right. But anyway, you'll know when you line them up. If they don't fit together, look for another back till you get them to line up. So I'm gonna cut these out, and I'm also gonna cut these out and these out, and I'm gonna put them back to back. Same deal, 2, 4, 6, 8. You could do 8 and 8 tags, have 16, or you can glue them back to back and have 8. I'm going to glue them back to back, I think. So we'll see. And then let's see, what else do we have? That's, I'm going to cut out all of these things. The only thing we have to do on this one is the Notepad, and that'll be the next thing in line. So let's cut these out, and then we'll come back and work on the Notepad. So see you in a little bit. Okay, I am back, and I've got my cards glued together. Here's the tags. Aren't they cute? I think these birds are so cute. And I inked both sides, and that's what they look like so far. And then I glued these together back to back, the scripture cards and the artwork. And those look pretty good to me. So those are done, unless you want to round corners, which I don't think I'm going to do. So I'm going to put them in my ephemera bucket for this journal. And here's another piece, and I inked it. You can't really tell, but I inked that a little bit. And then there's these pieces and these 2 circles. And I'm going to put those in there. And then my tickets I cut out. And so I'm going to put those in there. So now I'm going to score and glue my little envelopes. Here's the scoreboard. And all I got to do is line up. So from this corner here to this corner. And I'm going to put that on one of my lines I've got highlighted. And hopefully I can get that on there right where it needs to be. And then again, corner to corner on all 4 sides, basically, is what I'm going to do. Like that. And just fold it in. And I'm going to go ahead, let's see, I want to ink it on the inside. And go ahead and do this on this flap. And I could do some sort of decoration on that, but I think I'm just going to let it go. I don't need to do that. Okay. I need to do the outside edges and the folds, and so fold it up and ink those. And then glue it, and you can either glue it like that, which is, I think, sort of the traditional way to do it, but you can do it either way, really, doesn't matter. Just glue it up into an envelope. And then the little cards, there's 2 little envelopes and 2 little cards, so you can pick one of the little cards and they should fit in there perfectly. And there you go, there's that, and this will tuck in like that, and that's a little piece of ephemera. And then same thing with this one. And that's it for, well, let's see. Let me finish these first, okay? So I'm going to get my hole punch, my little just regular office hole punch. And I'm just going to eyeball it, punch a hole. And then I will get my little paper circles and my ribbon and finish these real quick. Okay, so I've got the reinforcement labels. You can get them at Walmart, and then I take my distress inks and I color them different colors so I can have an assortment. I got a feeling I'm going to need some blue. I'm going to use that for this one, just for fun. And I'll put one on this side too. And let's see, here's one that could use the blue. And this one could use it as well. I don't know why these little circles make me happy, but they do. I guess because it's an easy thing to do. Okay, and then this little guy, do I have any green? I'm sure I probably do. Yep. And might as well put that on there. Green one on the other side too. All right, and then I need to get my ribbon out. Let's see what colors do we want. Looks like a fair amount of blue. If I want to, or maybe I want to do, I think I'll do this kind of pale yellow for one of these at least, just to have something different. And let's see, this one could have pink on it. I'm bad out of this color. I'm gonna have to go in and make an order. I love ordering this ribbon. I get it from I think it's called My Scrap Cabin on Etsy. And she lets you have, I think it's 5 yards for like $2 and something, and you can pick a whole bunch of different colors. And then if you get a certain amount, I think it's $40, which that's not a small investment for sure, but if you spend $40, you get free shipping. But it's so much fun to look at all the colors and pick them out. Okay, so how about I mean, that looks okay. I don't want red, I don't think. This has got some lilac, or not lilac, purple down here. Very subtle. I wonder if I could get away with, yeah, I think that makes it pop better. Yeah, looks pretty good. All right, so those are done. So now we need to get to this note card. here it is. And so it is 4 3/4 inches wide. So I need to cut some note paper, and I need it to be a little bit smaller than that. So let's say 2, 4, 5/8. 4 5/8 is what I need it to be wide. Let me write this down so I don't forget. 4 5/8, and then I need it to fit on a page. So like here's a signature, and so where's my ruler? If I put a notepad on a page, it can't be any more than, like say 7.5. 7.5 inches long. So that's my shape, or my size of my paper. And if it's a little bit smaller than that, that's fine too. I left that on there so I remember what this was. This is the notepad. And so what you're going to do is you're going to score it. And if you look at the end of it, actually you're not. There's 2 little marks there. I didn't put one in the middle. So what this is, 2.5. So right in the middle would be 1 1/4. So I am going to take my scoring board tool and go 1 1/4, which should put it right in the middle. And then I'm going to score it on those marks. I have to move it over because it's just a little bit smaller. Let me try to get it square. Not, okay, hope this comes out right. Just a little bit smaller so they don't touch each other underneath. So fold that and then fold this in. Okay, see it's not wanting to fold nice. I'll show you what to do here in just a second. So this one, you want those to come and fold over really nicely, and it's not wanting to. So all I'm going to do is just trim off just a little bit off each end now. They won't show. Don't do too much because you're going to poke holes in this and you don't want to mess that up, but just a little bit. It doesn't have to be even either because it won't show. Like that. And then now it folds in, and folds. Oops. Nope, that one still needs trimming. All right then. One more time. Okay, now fold it in. Yeah, and now it doesn't bind. Okay, and that's going to be your little holder at the top for your note card. So now I got a bunch of different papers here gathered up because I kind of like a variety. And what did I say wide? 4 5/8. So 4 5/8. This piece of yellow. And then if I do that again, because I could get 2 pieces out of it. All right, so that'll be 2 pieces of that. And then I've got this graph paper I can chop up. 4 5/8. And then I'm going to use a piece of this plain paper that I've coffee dyed. I think I've got a piece of just plain copy paper. Really, it's a really heavier weight. It's not just cheap copy paper, it's a heavier weight, which makes it a little nicer. Really nice to write on. Not that it matters, but okay, so I've got all these little marks here. So now I'm going to take my cutting board that I'm so enamored with all of a sudden and cut my paper. I've rediscovered my paper cutter. I forgot what a pleasure it could be to use. All right, so let me square it up at the bottom and get my little mark here where I want it. Okay, and then let's see. I don't want to cut all these at once. Let's see, what did I say? 7.5. The note paper is a little bit shorter than the rest of them, so I got to make sure they're all up to the top where I'm going to put my paper. And I'm going to get a clip. So now I'm going to get out my Crop-A-Dile, which is the only thing I really like to use it for. And I like the Crop-A-Dile for punching holes through several layers of paper, and that is it. I do not like the way it does grommets. So that's just me. But it's great for punching holes through a lot of paper. And it's got a large one and a small one. I'm going to use the large one, I think. So I've got my paper here, and now I'm going to put this around it. So get your paper inside that folded. Why is it not wanting to cooperate there? Okay. Okay, like so that nothing sticks out past the blue. Make sure it's all the way up in there. And then you can take the Crop-A-Dile, and it also has measurements here, so you can measure from the end. So I can go like this, measure from the end of my pad right here, and come in exactly the same amount. And I'm going to eyeball it from top to bottom. And then you can turn it around, and that way it's exactly the same distance in on this side. So, whoops. And it's got that little hole in the top so you can see where it's going to be. And so like that. And just like I bragged on it and how easy it is, it's not wanting to cooperate. There. I think because I didn't get the paper out of the way from the first hole. Yeah, because I was impatient. There. Okay, so I'm going to put the clip back on it until I get my ribbon cut. And then my little Crop-A-Dile can go back in his box until the next time I need to punch a hole. Okay, and now I need to pick my ribbon out. So let me see if I have something a little bright or a little darker or whatever that's giving me a little contrast on this. Okay, so I'm going to need it to go here, here, and the entire ribbon. So probably that. Let me measure this in case it comes out right. I think it's going to, but this way, if it's right, you'll be able to just measure yours out. So that's a foot, 2 feet, and probably a couple inches here. Let's see. Well, yeah. So I'm doing 26 inches, so let's see what that looks like. So I'm going to go, here's the center. The more I look at this blue, the more I don't like the way it matches, but that's all right. It'll be okay. Okay, so this is the middle. I guess it doesn't matter. I can always even it out after I get it on here. So in theory, you can refill these because you can just untie these and refill them with paper if you chose to do that. Okay, so I'm getting this centered. Now what I'm going to do is tie a knot because it's easier to tie a bow if I just tie a knot right here. And you could untie it if like down the road you want to refill. You can untie this, and even though it's a knot, so it's not the end of the world. Oh, that's way too much ribbon. Okay. Well, I can tell you how much now. Okay, that's what 26 inches looks like. I'm going to cut, like, say, an inch off. So I think 24 inches would be generous. So let me pull this down just a little bit. And of course it's all squiggly, but I kind of like it that way. And once it gets in the journal, it's going to flatten out. So I would say 2 feet will give you a ribbon like that. If you want a smaller ribbon, you can adjust it accordingly. And that is the notepad. And then all you're going to do is glue it into your signature. Just put Fabri-Tac. I use Fabri-Tac because it's got ribbon, and just glue it into your journal. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.